Nancy. Good to
Hi.
see you again.
Good to see you.
So how are things going with your mother?
Much better. She lets me cook with her about 3 times a week, which is kind of fun, but she still doesn't let me spend time with my friends.
Maybe there are some things we can do to help change that. Would you like to hear more?
Yeah.
Okay. Would you be interested in learning how to talk to your mother differently so that she might be more willing to let you spend time with your friends?
Yeah, but I think she'll still get mad at me.
Well, there's an exercise that we can do that'll help you stay calm if she does get mad at you. Would you like to hear about it?
Yeah, I would.
Okay. Well, based on what you told me, whenever your mother criticizes you, it has a pretty strong grip on you, and your typical response is to feel angry, but to tense up and say nothing. Is that right?
Pretty much.
All right. So, could you imagine what your life would be like if, when your mother criticized you, your tension only reached a 3 out of 10 on the stress scale?
That'd be pretty cool.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, the exercise I'm about to describe can help you do that. Can you remember a time when you were very young and you couldn't get to sleep one night because there was a scary noise, like a tree tapping against the side of the house or something like that? And then after you heard it 200 more times, you got used to it and realized it wasn't scary and that you were able to get to sleep?
Yeah, something like that happened to me when I was 5. I had to sleep in my own room and the shadows frightened me. I thought there might be something under the bed. I guess I just got used to it because eventually I was able to go to sleep.
Exactly. That's how this exercise works. It has you repeatedly expose yourself to what you fear, but in small doses. So here's what we would do. I'd have you imagine a scene where your mother criticizes you. And we'd go back and forth between having you imagine that scene for a few seconds and then imagine a really peaceful scene inside of you to relax you. We would do this for about 20 minutes. Clients report that when they do this exercise, it helps them to be calmer when they have to deal with the person who causes them to feel stressed. So it might help you to not get so upset when your mother criticizes you. Would you like to try that?
Yeah, I think so.
Great. Can you think of a recent time that your mother criticized you and you got pretty tense? Perhaps the time you told me about in our first session.
Yeah, that made me really mad.
Can you visualize better with your eyes open or closed?
Closed.
Okay. So I'd like you to go ahead and imagine that scene with your mother for 45 seconds. But don't try to change the scene in any way. Just focus on your mother and try to notice the way her face looks and her voice, how it sounds. So go ahead now and visualize that.
Okay.
Okay. So would you bring your awareness back to the room now?
Yes.
Were you able to focus on the scene?
Yes.
Great. What was your tension rating on a 1 to 10 scale, with 10 being super tense?
It's probably a 10.
All right. As you visualize the scene, did you have an urge to do anything?
Yeah, I wanted to yell at her and tell her she's so unfair.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, now I want you to imagine the most peaceful scene that you can think of. What would that be for you?
Probably lying on a towel on the beach on a warm day.
Yes, for me too. So go ahead and imagine that for 60 seconds. Notice the detail in your peaceful scene. Maybe the water lapping on the shore, the warmth of the sand, and concentrate on relaxing as much as you can. So bringing your awareness back to the room, were you able to focus on the scene?
Yeah, it was great.
Wonderful. What was the tension rating?
Around a 2.
Okay, so that was pretty relaxing. Did you have an urge to do anything?
No, I just wanted to lie on the beach.
Ah, that sounds great. So you did a great job there, and I have one more thing that I'd like you to imagine. Imagine that scene of your mother criticizing you has been filmed, and you're going to watch this film in a movie theater. You're alone in the theater and sitting 100 feet away from the big white screen. The projector starts to run, and there on the screen, 100 feet away, is a small picture of your mother criticizing you. You are not in the film. You're just watching it. So go ahead for 20 seconds and imagine watching this film, but don't try to change it in any way. And now bring your awareness back to the room. Were you able to focus on the scene?
Yeah, but it was strange at first being alone in a movie theater.
Right. What was your tension rating?
Probably about an 8.
Okay. So did you have an urge to do anything?
Yeah, I wanted to laugh at her.
Okay, great. You did a good job with that. Now I'd like you to return to your peaceful scene for 60 seconds, okay? Bring your awareness back to the room. Were you able to see your peaceful scene?
Mm-hmm.
Wonderful. And what was your tension rating, do you think?
It was about a 1.
Wonderful. Okay. So I want you to imagine the movie scene again now, but this time, imagine you're sitting only 50 feet from the screen. So go ahead for 30 seconds. Bringing your attention back to the room, what would you say your tension rating is?
It's about a 7.
Yeah, great. And now return to your peaceful scene for another 60 seconds. Bringing your attention back to the room. What was your tension level in that?
About a 1.
Wonderful. Okay, great. So now I'd like you to imagine being right there with your mother for 20 seconds. But don't try to change her in any way. Just notice in detail what she's saying and how she looks. Okay?
Okay.
So go ahead, imagining your mother. Returning your awareness to the room. Were you able to focus on the scene?
Yeah, but it was more difficult.
Mm-hmm. What was your tension rating?
Probably about a 6.5.
Okay. Did you have an urge to do anything?
Yeah, to ask her why she's criticizing me.
Yeah. Let's go back to your peaceful scene now. Take a moment to visualize that peaceful scene. Bring your awareness back to the room. What would you say your tension rating is now?
About a 1.
Wonderful. So now I'd like you to go back to that direct scene with your mother, but this time for 30 seconds, okay?
Okay.
Bring your attention back to the room. Were you able to focus on the scene?
Mm-hmm.
And so what was your tension rating?
About a 5.
Great. And did you have the urge to do anything?
No.
Wonderful. Okay. Now, one more time with your peaceful scene. Take a moment to imagine your peaceful scene. Being at that beach. Bring yourself back to the room. Were you able to focus on it?
Mm-hmm.
Wonderful. What was your tension rating?
About a 1.
Okay, great. So, one last time, I'd like you to imagine your direct scene with your mother, but this time for 45 seconds.
Okay.
So, close your eyes, imagine that scene with your mom. Returning your awareness to the room. Were you able to focus?
Mm-hmm.
Great. What was your tension rating?
It was a 4.
Okay. Did you have an urge to do anything?
No, well maybe just talk to her about it.
Yeah. So, you did a great job with this exercise. And I'm noticing a lot from looking at this exercise. How did you experience it?
It was really scary at first, but then it got easier.
Well, you did a great job, and your tension rating actually went from a 10 all the way down to a 4. Did you notice that?
Yeah, it didn't bother me so much towards the end.
That's great. It's a really impressive result, and your urges went from wanting to yell at her to just have a conversation with her. And it sounds like you could feel the difference between the first scene and the last one. Is that right?
Yeah.
Great. That's because you're becoming desensitized to your mother's criticism based on the exercises that we did. So the next time that your mother criticizes you, it won't have the same effect on you. You'll be a lot calmer.
Really?
Yes. And if you're interested, there's a simple between session exercise you can do if you want to help develop this skill further.
What is it?
Well, the next time your mother criticizes you, don't respond for 10 seconds. During those 10 seconds, just focus your attention on how her face looks and how her voice sounds and what she's saying. Then after 10 seconds, respond as you normally would. This exercise will help you to strengthen your ability to calmly deal with criticism.
Okay, sounds good.
Great. Great. Thank you so much for coming in today, Nancy.